Welcome to the Hecht Effect with certified financial planner professional Nancy Hecht.
I'm here today with Nancy Hecht. Welcome back to the Hecht Effect. Nancy, always great to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you also.
I think everyone nowadays has to do a side hustle, has to take on a side hustle. I remember when my parents, when I was younger, and my parents could live on one job. It just seems to be harder to do that nowadays.
Right.
Let's talk side hustles.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? There's got to be tax implications. There's got to be things that I don't know about when it comes to taking a side hustle. It can't be just as easy as make as much money as possible.
No, so the thing that's really important is to track the cash flow. You have to make sure that you're getting a fair price for whatever your side job is, and you have to keep diligent records of your expenses, especially if somebody's doing it for the first time. Anytime you have a material change in your tax filing, it's a red flag. So if somebody is starting off as a delivery person or a driver or something along those lines for the first time, they should expect to get audited because it's going to be a whole different return. And people that are self-employed are more red flags than somebody who's just a W-2 employee.
Correct.
So I know that there's a lot of different accounting softwares out there, and there's a lot of different softwares that can be used to keep track of the expenses. And that, I think, is the most important part of the equation. And if you happen to have extra that you can sock away for your retirement, then there's all types of self-employed accounts that can be done for retirement savings. The self-employed pension is one. And it's just a fancy term for an IRA for self-employed people. But you can save 25% of your gross income up to $67,000.
Wow.
Which is a lot more than you can do in any type of traditional retirement savings plans. And then you also have to make sure that you're paying Social Security as a self-employed person, along with whatever your income taxes would be. So there's a lot of record keeping. That is the most important thing.
So how do I, good question about the Social Security, how do I file for that and let the government know I've got this side hustle? How does that work? Is it just when I actually claim it on taxes, it starts to, how does that work?
Right. Well, so if you're using, something like TurboTax, they will calculate the self-employment tax owed based on your adjusted gross income.
Got it.
So the federal tax and the Social Security will be calculated for you. You're just writing one check to the U.S. Treasury, but it'll be split off into the appropriate places.
Understood. That makes sense. So it's a little more complex than just go get a side job and put that money in the bank. I mean,
yes. It's not babysitting for cash,
right?
Like it used to be when I was a teenager. So you have to keep really good records.
Okay. So if I'm overwhelmed by this conversation, can I contact you, and how?
Sure. You could reach me at 407-869-9800 or nancy@financialgroup.com.
Nancy's always great to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to you soon.
If you have questions, contact Nancy Hecht at nancy@financialgroup.com. Thanks for listening to the Hecht Effect with certified financial planner professional Nancy Hecht.